What is your name, sir?
Cleve Drisky.
Okay. Drisky, how do you spell the last name?
Chrstie.
Okay, and do you live in the city of Trenton?
Yeah.
Okay, and what brings you to the book reading today?
Well, because I've been a fan of the mayor for a long, long time. I followed him when he was a kid as an athlete because I've been involved in sports myself for many, many years. And then I followed him in college, and then I followed him after he got out and started working, and then I was helpful in getting him involved in politics.
Okay.
Yeah. So
were you involved in his campaign?
every one.
Oh, really? Okay.
Every minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're still a supporter to this day? Let's see.
To this day.
Okay.
Yeah, lifelong.
Okay. So, in light of this potential recall, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, you have some disgruntled people who not really interested in the betterment of the city. Because if that was the case, then you would support the person in office to make them better, as opposed to in 1 year expect for a man to undo things that have been going on for the last 20. And if you look at the accomplishments versus the setbacks, the scale is unbalanced. Just the mere fact that he was able to put together putting together a balanced budget when you had a $55 million deficit in itself is monumental. And so that in itself, and the mere fact that he didn't lay off police and all that stuff, that should outweigh any of the missteps. He ran on a campaign of trying to better Trenton education, which is in dire need, of giving the residents an opportunity for employment, and to make the city safe, public safety. And so in trying to do that, sometimes you've given jobs to people in this town that have had some missteps.
Right.
But does that mean that they shouldn't have an opportunity to have a job? Does that mean they're not capable of doing a job? It's ridiculous, because if that's the case, just like they're doing nationwide, they're talking about reentry of all these people in prisons. Because it's inevitable. They go to prison, they got to come out, you got to find a job. So there's been some missteps, but is that enough to have a recall in less than a year? No, I don't think so. I think it's just the fact that some people have had for the past 20 years, and now they resent the fact that maybe some other people will be given an opportunity.
Do you think their concerns are legitimate? If, like say Paul Sigmund, the chief of staff, former chief of staff, was caught, with heroin on a city street.
Well, listen, Paul Sigmund started out with the mayor. I don't think the mayor nor anybody, myself, anything, had any inclination that Paul had a drug problem. He's a bright young man. He was doing an excellent job while he was there, and the city was moving forward. Now that was a major setback in a lot of areas, especially for the mayor, because he was kind of dependent on him, and the city too, because he was moving the city forward. But what can you do? That's not like, unless you got a crystal ball. How would you even fathom that? Somebody like that coming from that kind of background with that kind of pedigree, being in that situation. I had no idea. I doubt the mayor did either,
So you don't hold the mayor accountable or responsible for that decision to hire him?
No, because I think he was doing an excellent job while he was there, So I think it was a good choice, but it turned out to be at a bad time for Paul in his life. And so you can't, listen, you give a guy an opportunity, but you can't be held accountable for everything he does. You look nationwide, some of the things that are happening with the various politicians, you know, sending emails with in their underwear or this or that, or tapping their feet in the bathroom. I mean, you know, come on. You know, I mean, let's be, and nobody's asking for people who gave them an opportunity to recall them. You know what I mean? You know, and more importantly, it would appear to me that if people cared about the city, I look at somebody getting all upset about somebody who had a drug problem, just say.
Mm-hmm.
Every time you pick up the paper, there's a young black brother getting killed.
Mm-hmm.
There's no outcry. Let a cat get hit by a car or something, or somebody abuse a cat, now there's an outcry. These same, the same people that I had a serious debate in the bank with one of the tellers. And I had to tell him, he's talking about the animals in Michael Vick. And I'm saying, here you live in a city where at one period of time in the previous administration, you had the most murders in the history of the city. Mm-hmm. And where was the outcry?
Right. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Sometimes, I mean, in a way, it's sort of like being penny wise and dollar foolish or something you might say, or you know, majoring in minors. Mm. I think this is basically the recall is about personality. It's about people that have been in power that resent the fact that now some other people have being given some options. I mean, the same thing holds true for back in Clinton's day. People wonder why Clinton was so hated. He wasn't hated because Monica Lewinsky, that's something regular. He was hated because he exposed different people to how politics work. A lot of minority people, put them in key positions. Jordan and all of those people, right. Black people in high positions that gave them access. And I think that's the problem right now.
That's the same situation here.
Yeah, that they don't like the fact that some people have access.
Right. Thank you so much for your time, sir.